Hey, hi everyone. So sorry, I was 2 minutes late. Perfect. Good evening, everyone. So today's like आज का जो second session है and I prepared something new today. So we're gonna discuss about physiotherapy. आज I use AI a lot. जिसमें I tried कि physiotherapy के बारे में जितना मुझे अच्छे से content मिल सकता है या फिर I can use physiotherapy in a good way to get to summarize everything in terms of understanding कि क्या-क्या हम अच्छे से उसके अंदर कवर कर सकते हैं और किस तरह से हम चीज़ों को अच्छे से समझ सकते हैं। तो I tried something new and we'll discuss about those things. Uh, Secondly, we'll see also कि how it can really be made in a very easy way क्योंकि from the morning I was busy in the consultation calls and everything तो थोड़ा time कम मिला but still I was able to made up for that and I tried कि वो अच्छे से आप like I can create something and we can discuss about those things also. So yeah, let's start with the things. Let me go to the screen and share something so that we can start. Uh, Give me a second. Okay. So I will be sharing my screen now. ओके सो ये एक वेब पेज है बेसिकली एंड ये वेब पेज मैंने विद द हेल्प ऑफ एआई ही क्रिएट किया है तो अब वो हुआ कैसे लेट मी शेयर दैट आल्सो फर्स्ट तो उसके साथ साथ फिर हम वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि ठीक है हाउ इट कैन बी मेड सो आई यूज्ड जेमिनाई फॉर दिस ठीक है जेमिनाई एक आई विल से जेमिनाई इज बेटर इन टर्म्स ऑफ डूइंग रिसर्च एंड स्पेशली डीप रिसर्च जो होता है इसका इट इज रियली गुड. So if anyone wants to use for any research purpose or going in detail, I think Gemini is a better option than ChatGPT because ChatGPT कहीं ना कहीं it is not that much accurate, I will say. तो अगर आप उसके अंदर अच्छे से if you're using a pro version, I think that is much better. I have not used the pro version yet. But Gemini, I will say, works better with the like if you want to go in a deep and in terms of research and everything. तो आई जस्ट गिव दिस प्रॉम्प्ट एंड प्रॉम्प्ट के लिए भी होता क्या कि आई एम नॉट रियली आई डू लाइक आई हैव नॉट ट्रेन इनटू द प्रॉम्प्ट इंजीनियरिंग तो आई यूज चैट जीपीटी फॉर दैट कि आई नीड अ कंप्रेहेंसिव प्रॉम्प्ट कि जिससे आई वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड फिजियोथेरेपी फ्रॉम द स्टार्टिंग टू एंड कि तो हम उसको किस तरह से लाइक प्रॉम्प्ट दे सकते हैं तो आई आज चैट जीपीटी फॉर दैट कि प्रिपेयर अ प्रॉम्प्ट एंड इट प्रिपेयर्ड अ प्रॉम्प्ट फॉर फ्रॉम द हिस्टोरिकल ओरिजिन किस तरह से इवोल्यूशन हुआ प्रैक्टिस का ओवर द टाइम एंड करंटली किस तरह से फिजियोथेरेपी को परसीव किया जाता है एंड आई गेव इट इन स्पेसिफिक इनपुट ऑल्सो कि लुक फॉर एनसीएचपी और लुक फॉर एड एनसीएचपी पार्ट ऑल्सो दैट क्योंकि अभी एनसीएचपी एक्ट आया है एंड it is a huge change in our Indian context of physiotherapy. So I asked कि ये भी आप ऐड कर सकते हो तो it made a plan एंड प्लान के अंदर बेसिकली पहले ये प्लान पेपर होता है कि आप किस तरह से करने वाले हो इट विल रिसर्च द हिस्टोरिकल ओरिजिन्स फ्रॉम द WCPT वेबसाइट एप्टा CSP जहाँ से भी ऑथेंटिक वो है एंड देन it will break down things into details. So that's how I think it prepared things. If I want to make some changes also, I can make some changes here. I can edit the plan and then we can start the research. So this is the first step. This was the first step I took. मैंने prompt design किया from ChatGPT. Then I put it to the Gemini. It gave me an context. And then उसके बाद I edited some plan कि I want the language to be simple and I think कुछ details थी NCHP का जैसे मैंने बोला कि I want something specific to NCHP also जो include हो जिसकी वजह से हम उसको discuss कर पाए and that's how it prepared things. इसने time लिया I think अच्छे 5 से 10 मिनट लिए और उसके बाद it prepared this thing. So let me check once if I am able to yeah, I think now it's visible. I think there's one viewer right now. Can you see my screen? If you can hear me, I need to practice a little bit more. But yeah, let me share the screen again. stop sharing screen, share screen again, and yeah. So this was I was talking about. Okay, I need to go. Yeah, now I think it's visible. So if you see this now, this is the thing I was talking about. मैंने prompt design किया from ChatGPT and then I used it to put in the Gemini. Gemini के बाद I edited the plan as per the need कि मुझे NCHP का inclusion चाहिए and I want to add details into this. So this is what I did. And उसके बाद I added the plan and this was the result ultimately जहाँ पे I got this good amount of detail into फिजियोथेरेपी. अब ये बहुत बड़ा एक डॉक्यूमेंट जैसा बन के आया जिसके अंदर अगेन आई वाज नॉट हैविंग मच टाइम टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड गो इन डिटेल्स ऑफ इट कि एग्जैक्टली क्या पूरा बना है, बट आई ट्रस्ट इट इन टर्म्स ऑफ द इंफॉर्मेशन बिकॉज द रिसर्च citations are there and it looks good. I have tried ultimate like alternatives also earlier कि जैसे hamstring injuries के लिए, ACL injuries के लिए I अगर ये मुझे पहले वो पता होता आई थिंक मेरी मास्टर्स के अंदर तो और जब इट वाज नॉट रियली देयर एट टाइम बट इट वुड हैव मेड थिंग्स सो ईजियर टू गेट द डेटा एंड देन ऑब्वियसली टू मेक इट ईजियर बट इट डिड द होल रिसर्च इन 5 to 10 minutes एंड एवरीथिंग वाज इंक्लूडेड किस तरह से हुआ किस तरह से चीजें बदली बट इट वाज वेरी मच डिटेल सो आई थॉट I will not be able to give so much of time. So इसके लिए भी मैंने इसको और थोड़ा सा कंसाइज किया. अब कंसाइज कैसे करने के दो तरीके हैं यहाँ पे. नाउ यहाँ पे आप देखेंगे there are three things you can do with this whole document. पहला चीज है आप इसको एक्सपोर्ट भी कर सकते हो. अगर आप चाहो कि इसको डॉक्यूमेंट फॉर्म में आपको चाहिए यू कैन एक्सपोर्ट इट. इफ यू वांट यू कैन यूज द इन्फोग्राफिक क्विज और वेब पेज. तो मैंने इसका वेब पेज डिजाइन किया and you will be surprised that how good it is right now to see that okay we we are in that age कि आप एक स्टेप के अंदर या एक कुछ स्टेप्स के अंदर you can create such a amazing thing from the scratch. So let me share that again and I think that will be an amazing thing to see. तो आप देखेंगे this is the web page I designed in few minutes from the ChatGPT with the help of Gemini and with all the graphs, with all the information into the uh, straight from the AI. ठीक है. एकदम डिटेल एकदम क्रिस्प ठीक है बिल्कुल सिंपल and that's how we're gonna discuss about physiotherapy today. ठीक है. So I took 10 minutes to give you an understanding कि how I made this thing. I hope it you got something like whoever seeing the video and yeah, let's start with the physiotherapy. Okay, I'll मैं like right now I'm talking more of English and the language is kind of like I'm trying to adjust into the things in this stream way. But अगर मैं अपने experience की बात करूँ from where I'm coming, ठीक है. I loved science, ठीक है. I loved अंडरस्टैंडिंग थिंग्स इन डिटेल और जो एक वो रहता है ना कि हाँ आई वांट टू लर्न समथिंग न्यू ठीक है स्पेशली फॉर ह्यूमन बॉडी फॉर द वर्ल्ड अराउंड मी एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स आई वाज वेरी एक्साइटेड टू इनटू थिंग्स बट देयर वाज नो सेट गाइडलाइन और सम पाथवे कि हाँ इस तरह से यू नीड टू गो हेड इन टर्म्स ऑफ योर एकेडमिक जर्नी. तो आई टुक माय साइंस बिकॉज आई वाज इंटरेस्टेड इन into it but I was not knowing कि आगे किस तरह से मूव करना है. So in 12th when I was in 12th there was some idea ठीक है कि नीट होता है इस तरह से जाना होता है. Not NEET at our time it was I think AIPMT and I forgot the name also. I'm not prepared like I'm not remembering the name but NEET नहीं होता था उस टाइम. तो NEET या फिर जो एग्जाम था एंट्री एग्जाम था वो हमने दिया एंड आई डिड 1 year ऑफ प्रिपरेशन बट नॉट वाज प्रिपेयर्ड रियली. फिजियोथेरेपी हैपेंड रैंडमली आई विल से क्योंकि आई वाज नॉट नोइंग कि उसमें होता क्या है किस तरह से होता है क्या होता है बट आई एंटर्ड इनटू दिस बिकॉज आई थॉट इट इज रिलेटेड समवॉट रिलेटेड टू एक्सरसाइज. ठीक है आई विल से बाय sheer honesty. So I thought that is related to exercise and थोड़ा सा human body का involvement है तो I will try it. ठीक है that was the only thing I thought earlier. ठीक है so Yeah, again I messed it up, so sorry. uh, this is the website I was talking about. Okay, it is so detailed, it is so uh, I'll say infographically made. So yep, that's what I was talking about. So I will take care of this thing ki वो screen share रहे हमेशा. Okay, so this was about physiotherapy profession. So I entered into physiotherapy for profession, and few initial years, especially the first year and second year and third year, was really good in terms of that. Uh, I met good professors, medical professors, जिन्होंने जो anatomy है, physiology है, जो basic medical science है, they explained really well. ठीक है, I was able to understand things well. I was able to grasp things in a simpler version, and that was the foundation I think which was made at the early time. uh, I was fortunate to enter in a good college also because I was from Jaipur, और जयपुर के अंदर इतने अच्छे कॉलेजेस नहीं थे उस टाइम भी. तो आई थिंक a big part of contribution goes to my college also, which was Jaipur National University, and I learned a lot from there in initial days, and it stayed with me. Like especially the professors who were there in the early stage. Uh, I learned from a lot from them. So, but अभी भी क्लियर नहीं था फिजियोथेरेपी होता क्या है, क्योंकि देयर वाज ह्यूज डिस्क्रिपेंसी व्हाट वाज बीइंग फॉलोड, एंड वो क्विक फिक्सेस वाले ट्रीटमेंट्स एंड very complicated things in terms of how we are delivering treatment. It was not clear at all. I was going to theories, I was also going some clinics, but it was not, it never connected to me in a way. But at the end of, I'll say, when I was even fourth year, I started to get some sense of it कि हाँ ठीक है, this is what we can physiotherapy about. But I got proper understanding when I entered into the masters, or I was when I was preparing for the master. क्योंकि होता क्या है ना, जब आप इतना टाइम spend कर देते हो उस प्रोफेशन के अंदर, then you sense that okay, things are not in a, like there are multiple things which are still into the process and it is evolving, but you can learn a lot when you spend a lot of time in that some part of your profession. So when I did my masters, I think that was a like changing moment. So there the thing started, and I think there I know when to know about the physiotherapy, what is it is really about. So if we see, physiotherapy is also known as about physical therapy. It's a dynamic healthcare profession. It's changing a lot. It has changed from starting जब से start हुआ है अभी तक, and especially after telehealth this revolution, this changing a lot. ठीक है. It is dedicated to promoting, maintaining or restoring physical function and mobility. तो जो physical हम बात बोलते हैं, that is kind of about the physical function, or kind of, or related to the movement itself. Anything which affects a person in terms of his physical mobility or function, or any impairment because due to any disease or any injury, we are as a professionals are dedicated to improve, promote or maintain or restore that function and mobility through a rehab process. It empowers individuals to take an active role in their recovery and overall health, significantly enhances the quality of life across their lifespan. This is very important. Empowering an individual to take an active role in their recovery and overall health. We motivate people, we support people, we guide people through the rehab process. We empower them, we give them independence through the process. And that is the main role of a physiotherapist, I will say. Because if you are able to make the person come out of that stage of despair, that hopelessness, and show him the way out of that injury pain, and able to enhance the quality of movement itself, that will, I'll say, improve the person's quality of life. Also, how he will be perceiving himself throughout the journey of his lifespan. Okay, so it's not a very small job. I was an impression in the starting of my career that what is there in physiotherapy, क्या कर सकते हैं, कुछ नहीं है इसके अंदर, there is no enough income, there is no enough financial thing. But I'll say the impact you make through this process of delivery, जिस तरह से हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम आज भी इंडिया के अंदर ट्रीट किया जाता है, किस तरह से पेशेंट्स को ट्रीट किया जाता है, आई थिंक एज ए फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट, अगर आप फिजियोथेरेपी अच्छे से प्रैक्टिस करते हो, you will make a huge lot of change in the people's life. Trust me. uh, I am experiencing it firsthand right now, and I think it is a great kick to be of people's help in any way. Okay. There are more than 6 lakh plus physios around the, I will say, the world, and जो world level पे जो confederation, that is World Confederation for Physical Therapy, that is the largest organization right now we have, and that data is from there itself. ठीक है. Core principles are rooted in scientific understanding of movement, anatomy, physiology, applied to assess, diagnose, and treat a wide array of physical changes through primary, non-invasive, patient-centered approach. This is also important. Why we are like, first of all, we should not compare things, but it is a scientific profession. It is based on anatomy, physiology, understanding of movement, biomechanics, which is applied to assess, diagnose, and treat a wide array of physical challenges, which can be arise from any injury, which can be arise from any neurological disease, which can be arise from any physical frailty. Okay? And primarily through non-invasive and patient-centered approach. Non-invasive, uh, like right now in this perspective, if we say, अगर हम देखते हैं जैसे ड्राइड नीलिंग्स हो गई या फिर एक्यूपंक्चर हो गया या फिर nowadays people are doing multiple things, but it is primarily non-invasive and it is patient centered. ठीक है. We develop our plan according to the person, according to the needs of the person, his beliefs, what is out there in evidence. We combine everything and then we 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 create something which is useful for the patient itself. Okay. So it is a scientific profession, which means it is changing always. Science is all about to find the truth, and truth is never static. It is always dynamic. Okay. We are always in search of truth, and we use research to negate our beliefs, to challenge our notions, and we grow with that. Okay. That is what physiotherapy means. Let me see if the live is working well. Uh, yeah, I think it's working well. I can see things. ठीक है. Great. So yeah, I'll go back to the stream again. Okay. So let's talk about the roots. हम कहाँ से आए हैं, फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट या फिजियोथेरेपी कहाँ से एक तरह से जनरेट हुआ एंड किस तरह से राइट नाउ इट इज मूविंग. So the history is rich. ठीक है. It is long. It is evolving from very ancient practices to now formal science driven profession. ठीक है. There are some key events, so I use AI again to summarize it into different things. तो अगर हम इसको majorly टाइमलाइन में तोड़ें तो इट स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम 460 BC, जब हिपोक्रेट्स, गैलन, जो फिजिशियंस थे, अर्ली फिजिशियन ग्रीक, they advocated massage, hydrotherapy, manual therapy, laying the early conceptual groundwork. मतलब कि जो एक बेस था कि ठीक है, with physical means also the function can be improved, or we can cater people's need in terms of pain, डिजीज, और हम इन चीजों का यूज करके भी हम इनको बेहतर कर सकते हैं. दैट वाज द फर्स्ट इंसिडेंट 460 BC, बहुत बहुत पहले की बात. 1830 के अंदर पर हेनरिक लिंग, ही फाउंडेड द रॉयल सेंटर इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ जिम्नास्टिक इन स्वीडन, जिन्होंने सिस्टमाइज किया थेरेपेटिक एक्सरसाइज और मसाज को, कि एक्सरसाइज को थेरेपेटिक वे में भी यूज किया जा सकता है. मसाज, ही इज आई थिंक कॉल्ड ही इज कॉल्ड एज एन फादर ऑफ massage, also gymnastics, I think, per Henrik Ling. Then 1994 the Society of Trained Masseurs, precursor to like इन्होंने नर्सेज ने जो 4 नर्सेज थी उन्होंने अपना एक सोसाइटी इस्टेब्लिश किया वर्ल्ड वॉर फर्स्ट के दौरान, जहाँ पे जब भी कोई इंजरी, लाइक जब भी कोई ऐसा इवेंट होता है जो जिसके अंदर बहुत सारी डिसेबिलिटीज अराइज हो रही है, जिसमें बहुत सारी इंजरीज हो रही हो, तो यू नीड पीपल हु कैन केयर फॉर देम. एंड आई थिंक दैट इज द रूट ऑफ फिजियोथेरेपी. आई थिंक जहां से ओरिजिनेट हुआ है, टू बी एबल टू गिव, like being able to give the care for people who are not in good state, who are suffering, who are in certain stages where the physical function is not at the perfect stage. They are in pain, they are in suffering, and from there the concept of care rise. ठीक है, तो रिकंस्ट्रक्शन एड्स जैसे मैरी मैकलन, जैसे हम जिन्हें हम मदर ऑफ फिजियोथेरेपी ऑल्सो कहते हैं, आर एम्प्लॉयड टू रिहेबिलिटेट सोल्जर्स, इंस्टीट्यूशनलाइजिंग द प्रोफेशन. Now, this word is very important: rehabilitate or rehabilitation. Re means again. Habilitation means making the person able to do things which he was not able to do, or he was earlier able to do, right now he is not able to do. So हम उसको वापस habilitate करते हैं, habituate करते हैं उन एक्टिविटीज के अंदर जो वो पहले नहीं कर पा अभी नहीं कर पा रहा है, पहले कर पा रहे थे. That is what rehabilitation is. ठीक है, by means of physical function, by means of guiding him through the goals, by means of various therapeutic aids. It can be anything. Okay. 1921 के अंदर the APTA was formed, precursor to APTA, I will say, American Women's Physical Therapeutic Association. Mary McLean was again the first president. Then happened the polio, 1916 to 1950s. Polio is a progressive nerve disease which affects the motor nerves. And polio 1916 से 1915s तक it was a kind of an epidemic, जहाँ पर it increased the demand for physiotherapy because paralysis को treat करने के लिए manual muscle testing और ये muscle reeducation टेक्निक्स जो डेवलप हुई वो उस समय की बात है जब polio was at the rise. ठीक है, this was 1950s now. 1951 में WCPT found हुआ, it was founded by 11 national organization. Now IAP is also part of WCPT, so now we have someone who is representing at the world stage also. 1960s के अंदर to present, I think it has evolving a lot. Right now in India, bachelor's of masters, PhD also some colleges are offering. DPTs कुछ entry levels countries में होता है. So it is really into an autonomous profession. It has good scientific regard, and we are evolving. We are researchers are coming. We are playing an active role in healthcare also. So I'll say it's growing at a huge rate. Okay. So this was the history. थोड़ा detail हो गया, I think, but it's good that we have come a long way, and we have still a long way to go. But what I see currently in India, and especially when I'm talking to a lot many people with consultation today, I had around 5 to 6 consultations, and people were from various part of the states. What I observe, there is a strong need. ठीक है, एक बहुत strong need है to solve problems. ठीक है, not to give quick fixes, not to relieve the pain, but actually work on their function to get back to their life. ठीक है, I saw a patient in morning. He was suffering, like he suffered an ankle fracture, lateral fracture, which was displaced. Wanted, like he's 26, right? He was 26 currently, and wanted to go for basketball again. Okay, it's been 5 months or 6 months. The person was told that ठीक है, वो फिजियोथेरेपी के लिए कराने गए, उनको बोला गया कि ठीक है, आप चल तो पा रहे हो, आपको क्या दिक्कत है? But his concern was, I want to play. How you can say that if I am able to walk, I will be able to play also? ठीक है. And he was so frustrated about things because he was not able to play. The pain was there. He did some physiotherapy, but all those needling, cupping, electrotherapy was given, and he was not able to go back to the sport itself. ठीक है, which is a process, which is a structured process. इसके अंदर आपको effort लगता है, इसमें आपको you need to support the person in a good sense to be able to guide him up to that level. ठीक है, it is not an easy task. So, and I felt that this is so out there in the internet. It is out up. There is not a discrepancy कि आपको पता नहीं लग सकता कि क्या करना है, but there is a strong gap. What needs to be done and what is being done right now. Still, as a community, we are focusing on quick fixes. We are focusing on the things, how we can reduce the pain as quickly as possible. That is good. It's okay. But why we are not planning for long term, why not making sure that the person achieves what he wants to achieve, what the person wants to achieve, and they are getting back to their life again. That is what rehabilitation means. It takes time. Trust me, वो एक बड़ा कंसर्न होता है लोगों के लिए कि people will not come for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. लोगों को जल्दी से ठीक होना होता है. आप लोगों को जब बताएंगे उस चीज की वैल्यू की इस तरह से आप अभी यहाँ पर हैं, आपको यहाँ जाना है, इसके बीच का ये स्टेप सिंपल वे में ये ऐसा है, एंड आपको आप जिस चीज से अभी गुजर रहे हैं, इफ यू डू दिस इन अ दिस वे, you will get more benefit. I know it's very tricky, but as a therapist, as a clinician, our role is to give them the honest uh, or clear advice, clinical advice, so that they can at least be in a position to take a decision. अगर हम उनको बताएंगे ये कि वी हैव कपिंग, वी हैव नीडलिंग, वी हैव दिस मशीन, बहुत एडवांस मशीन है, तो वो उसी को अंदर उलझे रह जाएंगे, एंड आई थिंक वी विल नॉट बी एबल टू a good therapist or good healthcare professional. So I'll say this is the need of current time. We can do a lot with for the people. I will stop here sharing. I think हम इसको कल cover करते हैं because it's around 9:30. पर I'll say simple as thing कि there is a huge gap right now. There is a huge need also. If we are able to fulfill that in a good way, I am pretty much sure that we'll be doing a lot benefit to community also, to India, to people around here. आपके आसपास जो लोग हैं, I'll say start from them and gradually build that trust in people that you can help them in a good way. Okay. So great. I think we are good to go for this second session. I think हमने history के बारे में बात किया. We talked about the timeline of events, what physiotherapy does actually means. ठीक है. मुझे लगता है थोड़ा सा वो lecture type अभी it's turning into, but it is a kind of experiment. I am taking it as an experiment for next 30 days. So feel free to give me feedbacks. Feel free to provide me some understanding ki how it is going right now, so I can make some changes. Or I'm also actively looking for new options to try and how I can make it better. But this is for the people out there. This is for all the physios. This is for general people also, because अगर उनको ये समझ में आता है what is physiotherapy is actually, they can really accept it with both hands, because healthcare system is very broken. ठीक है, हमको एक्सेस मिलता है, हमको इफेक्ट मिलता है, बट इट कैन बी developed into very as a service also. We can give much better. Okay, perfect. I think we are good to go for the day. This was day 2. We discussed about how you can do a lot less amount of with the less amount of time, how you can really work with good amount of information. तो मैंने जो भी अभी वेब पेज बनाया, which I just showed you, it was made from effort of 10 to 15 minutes. ठीक है, total 10 to 15 minutes. I went to ChatGPT. I gave him prompt to give me a structured instruction कि किस तरह से हम इसको best बना सकते हैं. I took that into Gemini. I made a web page from there, and then I was presenting that out of it. So that was all. I think let's keep it more simple. I will give more understanding in the next session. ठीक है. I think it's better if it is a two-way communication. We can invite someone also, and we can have a discussion. That is also much possible, so that we can like convert into kind of a podcast or discussion type of thing. But yeah, share your feedback, share things in your comment, and I will be happy to modify things. And we'll go for next 28 days continuously every day 9 p.m. on this channel. It will grow into something very different. Trust me, because right now it's just we are learning, we are in a exploration. But for sure, we'll continue and we'll be consistent for the next few years. So take care, have a great day, and see you. Bye bye.